you get better at juggling and you get better at doing things quicker and more efficient.
If you want to perform at your peak, you're gonna have to take that time to relax and unwind sometimes. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome.
I think this episode topic fits perfectly into me and Tristan's life right now. Actually, I feel like Tristan's always feeling like this.
Just wait till you hear it.
But dude, literally before like you came here, me and Ryan were talking about, he was just like asking me about my day and stuff, or week, and I was like, oh, you know, just like stressed out, whatever. And he was like saying how you're stressed out. I'm like, oh, I know. It's like 10x of probably what I'm experiencing. Like I don't even know how you function. Like
me?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I can't even pay attention. I'm sorry.
Like it's literally nuts. Like I don't understand how you do it.
It's very hard. I made a to-do list while driving here for tonight after this.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't forget something because there's so much to do. Like,
dude, no, I do
this, do that.
I feel you on that because I do that too. And again, can't even imagine what it's like to also be a mom, and being a real estate agent is crazy. Like I can't even, like, that's nuts to me.
Yeah. And honestly, I talked to one of my friends who she raised her kids by herself. She had 2. Today we did walking Wednesdays now for
nice.
Every other Wednesday. We're going to do like a little walk, like a brisk, quick walk outside with our boss babes. That group we started just for like lunch break, like real quick, like instead of sitting at your office or whatever, or like doing nothing, like for your lunch, we're going to meet, we're going to walk, talk, you know, how can we help each other? How can we, you know, just kind of improve each other's day? I can't even think. And
me neither, not today, bro.
It's a rough one. But we were talking about like single moms and like how we do it with our kids. I forgot what the point was.
Dude, that's what was your
question?
Dude, I don't even remember what my question was, but I don't even think I asked a question.
Sorry.
But no, literally on Friday when I was dealing with my car and stuff, I went to the bank to get cash so I could pay for it, and like I knew, okay, I'm going in, I need like $1,200. I walk up to the desk, I'm like, can I get $2,000? And like she's like, yeah. So she's counting it and stuff. It took me like 3 minutes to realize I asked for the wrong like
amount.
Yeah, she's counting money. I was like, wait, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I asked that. And then so whatever. And there's something. Oh, and then when I walked in too, trust me, I know the difference between deposit and withdrawal. I don't know. Again, just brain fog, which happens when you're stressed out, which we would definitely talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Promise you, I know the difference. And I walked in and I was like, hey, can I deposit $2,000 into my savings account? I'm like, oh my God.
That's not what I meant.
That's not. And then she was like, and then my dad was with me because he was like, had to drive me to my car. He's like, do you mean withdraw? And I was like, oh my gosh, bro, I literally cannot. And then the $2,000 thing happened. I'm like, I'm so sorry. My brain is literally so foggy right now. And I'm sure you feel the same way because like we just literally experienced it. So
yeah.
Yeah, I guess, like, how
what was I gonna say? I don't even know.
I don't know. You're talking about boss babes.
I don't remember, dude.
Guys.
Today,
Walking Wednesdays.
Yeah, we're doing a walk. Well, I got excited about talking about that once I started talking about what I did.
But I don't think I actually asked you a question.
It was about being a mom.
Yeah, I don't think I actually asked a question.
I need to drink this coffee.
I think I was just stating, yeah, that your life is crazy, basically.
And I just proved it.
Yeah, literally.
But, no, I think we were talking today about, just the Oh, okay, it came back. Okay. So my friend, she was talking about being a single mom and the dad wasn't around. So she didn't have shared custody. So she did not have... It's a blessing and a curse. I mean, it goes both ways. She did not have to give up her children ever, so she always got to be with them, which is amazing. But she did not have someone to help co-parent with, so she never had anyone to take a load off, to take the kids for the weekend, to help pick them up when she was running late from work, to go to sporting events, whatever. So she didn't have the co-parenting that I do have, even though my co-parenting story has been very difficult to get along and to figure out. Like, we had to go back to court to settle again last year and like figure out who gets and when. And so I do get every other weekend where he's with his dad. So I will say that is a blessing and a curse, because at first it was so sad to lose. I mean, it's like you're your part of you is missing for days. And it's horrible, especially when they're young and you're so connected to your young children. And like Theo and I have such a good bond. So it's very, very sad, but it does allow me, I will say the positive side of it, it allows me time to work, clean the house, catch up on chores, things around the house, go be social and not have to pay a babysitter. Yeah. Tonight is the night, every Wednesday night. I don't have Theo. That's why we chose that to do our podcast. And it's like, I don't have to worry about a babysitter. I don't have to worry about paying the babysitter. I don't, it's nice. It honestly, it is the only positive of a divorce situation, sharing a child. It's sad and I miss him so much, and it breaks my heart that he misses out on a lot of my life too then. And I miss out on opportunities to take him to hockey games or things that happen when he's at his dad's happen without him, and that sucks. But I was talking to my friend and I was like, well, I know, and I need to look at that in a positive way. Like, it is nice because I can get things done. I can sleep. I can catch up on life. I can have a social life and do events with my friends and have girls' nights. We're planning one now, and I haven't had a girls' night in 7 years.
Wow, dude, that's crazy.
Like, a bunch of girls come over. Like, literally, I've not ever had like a good circle of women like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've had a couple, here
Dude,
and there, but not a group.
You know what's crazy? My the flashbacks of my birthday party last year just came up over the weekend,
yes.
and I was, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't even remember when it was.
So much
but it was like in the last couple days or so, and I was like, dude, that was so much fun. Like,
I hosted Delaney's birthday last year.
Yeah, it was so much fun, bro. But
we didn't even say the title of the podcast.
It's fine. They'll understand.
It'll be on the title.
It's the title of the thing. We honestly
Life.
don't even need to say it. We just do to get in a flow. But we honestly don't even ever need to say it because it's like the title of the video. But anyways, first thing is like that had to have been hard though. Like with Theo, like because he was a baby. Like you guys were already divorced, right?
Yeah, we were going through the divorce process. Like, it started when I was pregnant. So
yeah, so it's like I can't even imagine because, like, isn't there, like, a literal, like, psychological, scientific thing that you guys are literally, like, connected? I mean, like, you were literally, he was inside you for 9 months, and then it's, like, and then just, like, for that to be gone at times, like, I can't even imagine. Like, I'm guessing it gets sort of easier now, or no?
Well, it's changed. So when he was a newborn, he was breastfeeding, so he never went overnight to his dad's. I had to like plan ahead, and we communicated, and it was like chunks of hours. He would go for like 4 hours. And so it wasn't,
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, that's crazy. Like,
at first it wasn't overnight because he couldn't, because I couldn't supply enough milk ahead of time to do that because he was constantly eating when he was with me, and then it was just physically impossible. So luckily, like, we were still going through the divorce, so we didn't have it written in paper that dad gets him this day, this night, overnight. So I used that to my advantage to, hey, he can't go stay the night yet. Sorry, but he sleeps with me and feeds with me every 2 hours. So I don't think you can do that. Sorry, you're not a woman. So I'm going to, keep that time with him. So I was able to do that because I breastfed, and I kept breastfeeding him for like almost 4 months. And then we had couple issues with that. Like, I couldn't keep up. He was a big kid, and I had to supplement with formula. So then it became, okay, well, you can give me a pumped bottle and then some formula, and I can get him for longer periods. So we like worked together on that aspect a little bit, even though his dad was upset that he didn't see him as much. And I was like, I mean, it's the best I can do, with the situation we're given right now. And then we settled in court. It took almost a year to get things officially on paper by law and all that, because that's how it is. Even though we didn't argue at that point, we didn't have any arguments really. We just kind of, easy peasy split and go. We did everything in mediation, which we can talk about court all day long. I can tell you all about.
Oh my
If
gosh.
anyone needs advice, it's unfortunate that I know all these things, but so we split pretty decently that time, and I got majority of custody because he was a baby. So like the courts look at that like he needs you to live. So yeah, and there's the bond. Not only if you don't breastfeed, like if that's not even a factor, there's still a bond, and it still feels like imagine your worst heartbreak times 10.
Aww,
like every time
so
they're
sad.
gone for even an hour, and that's why mothers overload themselves and they struggle to ask for help, because as soon as they give their kids to grandma, grandpa to babysit or someone to help, they instantly feel lost and they feel sad and they feel like a part is missing, and then they regret ever asking for help. That is like the cycle of motherhood. It's so
Dang, bro.
hard. That's mom guilt too, and you feel bad for like not wanting to be with your kid 24/7, but physically you need the break. Like 20 minutes here and there would be great, you know. So if you're asking a mom like, "Hey, can I babysit? Can I help you out?" and they're like hesitant, that's why. It's not because they don't need the help. It's because they don't want to leave their children. Like that's the science. They don't want to leave their babies. It's thankfully science. I mean, the body does that to make sure we Delaney, you're not at work right now.
No, but that's just weird. I don't know why. But anyways.
Gosh, never clocked out, aren't we? But anyways, so yes, it's very sad. It's very heartbreaking, and I cried a ton, and I was so sad, and I buried myself in work to keep my mind off of it whenever I didn't have Theo. And as he started to go overnights, and then it grew into where now he's gone for a whole weekend, and now he does like 2 long weekends. So every other weekend is a long weekend at Dad's house, and it's 4 days, I believe. 4 days and 3 nights. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So it's 4 nights and 5 days. He does it in a chunk because his dad travels for work, or used to. I think he still does a little bit. But anyhow, so there's a chunk that I don't have him, and then there's a chunk that I do have him. So it's hard to balance and juggle my job because some days it's like I don't have as much to do, and it just so happens that I don't have Theo too, and it's like I got to fill that with time. And then when I do have him back, it seems like those are the days when people need me everywhere. And I'm like,
Oh,
really? I
man,
miss my kid.
dude.
Like, I just want to be with him. This
That
sucks. So I've been taking like half days Mondays where I work from home, and I keep him home from the sitter, and he just plays Legos and stuff, and I take calls, and then I'll like hang out with him a little bit, and then I'll take another call, and then I'll do an email.
Nice.
So Mondays are like literally, because I work all weekend, like the only day. We call it Mommy Theo Day now.
Aw, Mommy Monday.
Yeah, because I always have him on Mondays, so that's like, okay. And the poor kid, he needs some consistency where he feels like he can just relax with me. So I'm always on the go, trying to build a life for us and keep us alive and supported and house, over our heads. So, yeah, it's crazy, but it is sad. But I'm trying to look on the positive side that my friend kind of brought up today to remind me, hey, don't be so sad that your baby's going with your ex for the weekend. Like, focus on what you can get done, how you can catch up to feel better and more and more relaxed when you get him back. I was like, dude, thank you. Like, I needed to hear that.
Yeah. I have to say, like, I'm so very blessed. I say this all the time, but I just have to let people know that I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. I never take it for granted, the fact that my parents were divorced, but they got along so well. Like, insane. Like,
Yeah.
they literally got along so well. And, like, I'm not even kidding. My mom literally lived right here, and we live right here. Like, my dad, I mean, I lived with my mom until I got my license, and then I just lived with my dad because that's my childhood home. But like, if it was my mom's day, like, I just would walk down there and be at my mom's. If I forgot something at my dad's, just walk back to my dad's, go get it, and come back. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's like a 2-minute walk. So that was so nice, just how well they got along. And like, I still to this day they get along. Like, they never really fought. So I'm just so grateful for that, because I know that 99% of people who have divorced parents, they always fought. So
Yeah.
just very grateful for that, honestly. It's a blessing.
And we would never fight in front of Theo. That's one thing we actually
Yeah.
agree on. Like, when it's handoff time or whatever, we're very pleasant and just like, oh, what are you guys going to do for the weekend? How was your weekend? And da-da-da. And it's
That's
smooth.
awesome.
So that, at least that has gotten way better since the beginning. And it does take time, too. All
Yeah.
you out there who are trying to figure out how to co-parent, patience and time, and just be the bigger person all the time. And it may feel like it'll never pay off, but it will. I mean, you'll feel better about yourself. You'll feel like you're leading by example to your kid, and the kid can sense it all. So just don't worry about, okay, who betrayed who did this to that person. Who cares? It's over. It's all about the kid. Keep the kid happy and healthy and alive. And like, literally, that's all you have to worry about now. It's the only way to look at it, or you'll be miserable.
Yeah,
Seriously.
honestly. I mean, it's too just kind of like living in the past. Like, again, not to say that what they did wasn't wrong, but it's like, if you're just constantly, like, when you see that person, that's all you think of, like, it's just gonna leave you miserable. Like you said, like,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be a never ending thing. And it's like, yeah, it sucks, but you also have a choice to, like, see the positive, see, like, we have a kid together, so let's make their life the best possible.
Yeah, seriously. And whatever they do, I mean, I hope that person improves too, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for the kids' sake.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, like, 'cause they're still, it's not like they're out of their lives. So it's like you still gotta, like, you know, kind of root for that person. 'Cause it's like, if you're preying on their downfall, then if your kid's with them, that's just gonna be an example for them. And it's like, so it's like, honestly, you gotta root for them more than anyone, honestly. Like,
Yeah, it's hard.
in a way.
It's
like,
very hard.
I guarantee it is, honestly.
Makes you a heck of a person.
Yeah. How do you think like stress personally shows up in your life? Like in physical ways, like does it respond like come up in your body? Is there mental ways? Like what are all the ways that you have found that stress comes up?
Yeah, so today's about stress. Just because feeling it today. It just, I don't know if it's the weather, it's a compilation of things.
Oh no, I'm feeling it too though.
It is, I think it is like a seasonal too, and it's where like where we live too. I feel like the weather does affect me personally and a lot of people I know, because it got so nice out and then all of a sudden it got really cold again, and we're like, oh, we just want to be over with this, and it's like anticipation of the summer.
Yes, I think it literally is, because when I was driving here, I was like looking at the weather, because I did not play music in the car. I literally was just like, I just need to sit with my thoughts for a second as I drive. And I'm just like thinking, and I was like, honestly, if I was in Florida right now and I woke up to, I know it rains there obviously, but like most of the time it's sunny, I was like, I think if I woke up like with that every day, I don't think I'd be feeling this right now.
Or if you took a spring break. Everyone went last week and
honestly,
I didn't. I'm like,
I know, me neither. And it was the first year, so it's
jealous.
like so hard right now, because I'm like, I feel like my body, I mean, I told you, like leading up to spring break, my body felt like it was going to Florida, and then it didn't. And it's like, I was even like all my Snapchat flashbacks from like last year coming up, and I was so tan because I went to Florida like weeks before, and like now I'm like so pale, and I'm like, bro, like I need a break.
I love the sunshine so much. I've always been like a sunshine child. Just
I know,
like,
dude, I love the sun.
All summer outside.
It is so good for you too.
Oh my gosh, yes. And actually, this is like totally sidetracking from your question of stress, but when I used to work in an office that didn't have windows once, this happened to me one time. I worked somewhere without windows.
Terrible.
Yeah, 8-hour days in a warehouse type building, in the offices in the front there was no windows. And there was fluorescent lights. Every Monday I would go home with a migraine, and I'd be so sick because all weekend I was outside, I was doing stuff, and then I'd sit there and like look at computer screens all day, and I was just, it literally made me miserable. And I was like, this just goes to prove that I cannot sit still, for one. I cannot look at computer screens for two and live like this under these lights, because it's all artificial, and it just hurt my brain, hurt my eyes. And as soon as I left, that's when I did my yoga training, was when I worked there, because I just had to do something to get me like moving and force me to do something, because I was dying inside. Even in the summer, like I would be stuck in this building until 5 p.m. And I would take lunches, and I would like go outside and just walk the parking lot, because I didn't.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much it affects us, the weather.
Yeah, I could. Oh my gosh, I could talk about that. Literally could be a whole episode in itself.
I know,
but it kind of fits. No, but it honestly fits for this one. So let's just keep going into that, honestly, because like I get so passionate about that, because like if you look at the United States of America and like see how sick, obese, depressed, just like how sick we are, and I don't want to just focus on the negative. There's a lot of healthy people too. But if you compare it to other countries, like yeah, we're not very healthy. And like even if you look back at like 70 years ago, like there was maybe like 1 out of like maybe like 7 people you encountered were obese. Now it's probably like what do you think, 102, 103? Like,
yeah, I think it's like 1 in 3.
Yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. And it's
Don't
just
quote
like
me.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I'm just taking a wild guess. But it's just like all those added things. So it's like, yeah, the fluorescent lights all day, no windows. So that's like affecting you mentally like a lot, dude. Like, and even like physically.
I was going to say that next. Yep.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And then like literally so much fast food, so much processed food. Literally like coffee creamer, which I know we have coffee creamer.
It's oat milk creamer though.
Let's go. But even like coffee creamer is literally banned in Europe because of like all the seed oils that are in it. Like, and like seed oils are literally like the number one ingredient in coffee creamers. And like, if you look at like ingredients in pretty much any of the food that's in your pantry right now, I guarantee it has seed oils in it. Like, it's crazy.
Thinking that, oh my
Yeah, it's insane. And it's just like, it's sad that they're literally like poisoning us. And then like big pharma, like it's almost like they just like try to pump you with meds without trying to get to the root cause of the issue. They just try to like put this surface level thing that'll be a temporary fix. It's like putting a Band-Aid over a bullet hole, but it's like, bro, that's not going to fix it. So it's like, you got to get to the root cause of like, okay, what's actually causing this? Like, what does your day-to-day life look like? Like, most people don't even ask that. They just are like, oh, that's the issue. All right, well, this medication will help. They're not even asking like the deeper questions of like, okay, what are you eating every day? Are you active? Like, all these things. And like getting even deeper than that. Like, I'm not a doctor, but I know you have better questions than just the surface level ones. I mean, maybe they don't even ask questions at all. That's what I'm saying. It's just like crazy. And it's like,
they don't.
Yeah.
I worked for a doctor.
Yeah, and then I feel like you've done like
I've done it all.
I'm serious. I literally told Tristen
2
before
years
this episode,
I worked in a doctor's
I was like,
office.
you could wear like any hat. Like, I swear you've done it all. But
well, I was trying to find myself.
no, that's awesome. Remember when I sent you that song a few months ago, and it was like, I lived by, I think, One Republic. I was like, bro, this song literally reminds me of you.
Yeah, well, doctors that have 20 minutes to get in and out of the patient's room before the next patient is seen the next door over. Yeah. So they rush, and so they don't, unless you have a doctor that's like into holistic, they're just like, okay, what are your symptoms? What are you having problems with? Okay, this medication will help. And unless you have to ask, okay, what else will help? You have to press for it. And if they don't give you any other options, you go somewhere else. Like,
yeah, dude. And like, that's just sad because, again, it comes back to like, I know that's what United States of America is built on, and I'm so glad. Like, I love the capitalism that we have the freedom to make however much we want, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And like, also the 9-to-5 job has made it seem like all you need to do is work the rest of your life and that's it. And it's like, no, that is not why I was put here. Like, I'm not going to work a 9-to-5 the rest of my life. That's literally a jail cell, like what your situation. Most 9-to-5s are literal jail cells. Like,
yeah. The people were cool though.
Yeah, but like, you have to ask to get. No, you don't have to ask.
Can I go pee?
Like, come on now. Like, and then like, that's what the school system literally, like, they're priming you for that life to make you a worker. That's why, like, literally being in high school, like, I made a video about this. I think my junior or senior year, and I was like, it was during winter when like, you know, the sun sets at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm like, how come? I'm like, dude, there's no, I can't talk, guys. I literally have such a bad headache from freaking stress. But sorry. Anyways, so that's one way that stress shows up in your body. But anyways, like, I was like, no wonder high schoolers are like depressed and stuff. They literally like they wake up at like 6:30 in the morning to go to school. It's dark when they get to school, and then they go inside the school, still dark outside. And then when it is light outside, there's no windows in the classrooms. Most of them are like interior classrooms. You don't ever get to go outside when you're in high school. It's not like, you know, it's not elementary school. Like, you don't have recess.
Why not?
I don't know, man. And then by the time you get out, you have to go home, do homework. And by the time you're done with homework and eat dinner, it's dark outside again. It's like you never get to actually be in the light. Like, it's crazy. Or let's just say you're a winter sport athlete. And after practice, like, you have to go to practice right after school, and then when practice is over, it's dark outside. Like, you never see the sun, and it's like sad. Like, the sun is such it's like literally the best health product out there.
It's a
like,
healer.
It's crazy. Like, the sun will literally heal you. It's insane.
So many things got me fired up while you were talking.
One more thing. If you're in fluorescent lights, wear blue light glasses. Actually, just get blue light glasses no matter what, because I know you're on your phone. So get blue light glasses, but they have to be like that red or orange lens. Otherwise, if they're just like the clear ones, they don't work. So get the ones that are orange or red tint. There are certain ones that are like kind of clear, but they're more of like a yellow tint. So, cause like I ran into the problem with the orange ones, like at work during day, like like for our job, I need to know if the colors are right for things. Or
Oh, yeah.
not
My
your
old
job anymore. Your old job. I need to know if the colors are right for things. So I'd have to take them off and like, okay, because you can't tell because it's all orange.
Yeah.
So those are better for night. If you need like other ones for your day job because of like something like that, then you can get like dark yellow ones that are like better than just the clear ones. Those are not good. Those are not real blue light glasses.
So stress can show up in your body a lot of different ways.
Done, bro.
It makes you lose your mind.
It makes you lose your mind.
It's hard to keep your like train of thought on when you're stressed, and this is true for
and you probably
everybody.
Caught that the last 3 episodes that we have not been able to keep our thoughts straight.
That's me normally though.
Me personally though, I feel like ever since we did that morning episode, I've been so off.
Really?
Like when we film, like I feel like I've been stumbling over my words and stuff. But
well, you're stressed though.
Yeah.
A lot of work stuff going on. Building a business is not easy.
No.
So, I mean, so stress, like for me, shows up with scattered brain. I can't think clearly. I sound silly. Like I can't think of words. And because I'm constantly thinking of the other things that are stressing me out, it's like a heavy weight.
Yes.
It's like crushing your brain and making you stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Stress makes you stupid. But it's inevitable. It's going to happen in life. So we can talk about managing it too, but it also shows up in me. I get migraines like really bad to where I'm on a prescription medication when I have them. I've had them my whole life. Don't bother sending me remedies. I've tried it all, all the natural, organic, everything, magnesium, all of it. I've tried it all. It does help. Some of those things like regulate and keep them at bay and like make it less frequent, all that. Like constantly eating healthy and regular exercise keep them at bay for me, but I still get them. There's no way around them completely for me. I get at least one a month, like a bad migraine where I'm like debilitated, can't see straight, like pretty bad, but I have medicines I can take. So I'm not going to bash medicine. There are natural remedies for things, but medicine can be good. In that case, I had to get on something because I would black out and throw up when I got them really bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Like
crazy.
I think medicine, even like when, you know, like it first came around and all that stuff. I mean, it's been around for like a while, but like the new technology and all that stuff, United States of America was like one of the first countries to do that. That's what we're known for. But then it became a thing where it was like you're just prescribing everybody it without asking the deeper rooted questions.
Yes.
Obviously, yes, it helps. I'm not saying that it doesn't, like, but like it's just the fact of like not asking those deeper questions, and somebody could not even have like a health issue and they just need something that like, bro, just breathe, just take a second and breathe, bro. Like I'm not saying that, but it's just like
For real.
Yeah, and then you just give them this like crazy strong medication. Now you just ruined them for life and like have this like
Dependency, side effects, all that can happen.
It's just like that's why it's important to just ask the deeper questions, I feel like.
Yeah, there's so much more to it.
And do your own research, honestly.
Yeah, like I tried different things for years. Massages help because I get a lot of tension and that starts them sometimes. Sometimes they come out of nowhere and it's just completely, it's hereditary. It's a whole thing. But sometimes they are like triggered by the weather change, the air pressure change, tension. Stress causes tension. So stress can make me sick.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, and like those of you that know me know this because I've had to like cancel plans because of them before. Like, hey, sorry, like I literally can't see to drive, so I can't. But now I actually have a really good medication that I can take. It's not that strong. I've worked with my doctor on it, and it's basically Imitrex. I mean, it's very, very popular. It's just a similar version, and I can take it, and then like half an hour later, I can be good to go. I can drive. I can take care of my kid. So that was like the scariest part of becoming a mom for me was like, okay, what if I get a single mom with no one living with me to help me? Like, yeah, I have support around me, but they're not there with me. Like, if I get a migraine, I have like an hour window to figure it out because it's going to get bad. But now I do have a medication that if I have it on me, which I always do, I can take it and I'm good. So that aside, if you have migraines and you want to talk about it, reach out because I could help you with some things and some coping mechanisms. Like I've tried it all. I've had them since I was 7. Like it's just
Dang,
crazy.
dude. I've only ever had one like really bad migraine like that you just explained, and I can't imagine experiencing that like once a month. That is nuts. Yeah. That's crazy.
It's okay. It comes in waves though. There'll be like 4 months where I won't have one, and then I'll get like 3 in a month. It's weird.
Oh man.
The weather though, I swear,
Yeah.
the weather and the pressure in the air. When I lived in South Carolina, I didn't get a single one. Just saying. It's something with the air too, like, and the happiness level of me being in the sunshine and living by the beach, like that changed a lot of stress for me. So I think, yes, stress can make you sick. It can activate things in your body that can make you really, really sick. Like, I think it can cause cancer to like flare up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't want to say that and not have like doctor backing, but I've heard that.
No, I think it can for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't had the pleasure of reading it yet, so I can't like say that I've read the book, but 2 people that I'm really close with have both read the book, and so I've heard stuff from what they've said. But You Can Heal Your Life, I think is what it's called, by Louise Hay. But just basically talking about how like any disease that you're having, so any sickness, illness, whatever, is something caused, like is dis-ease in your body or your mind or somewhere that caused, and it's just like
not in balance.
Yeah. And so yeah, I agree. Like, I literally have a headache right now. I never get headaches, and I've had one for 3 days. And I was like, I again know that Tristen like deals with those. And I was like, you already know. Like, I'm not even gonna compare. But
no, it still sucks.
Yeah, it's going away now though, because I took the ibuprofen. But
ibuprofen, there you go.
Yeah, but I feel like it's probably from stress. But yeah, like what you're saying, I get that tension in my back. Like, I haven't worked out or anything, so I know it's not from that. Like, I mean, I worked out like last week, but it wouldn't still be from that. So I know it's like stress, like the neck, and even I think it was Saturday. So I have TMJ, and I never get like flare ups anymore. Like, I mean, if I open my mouth, it still like slips out a little bit, but I'm just so used to it now. But like on Saturday, bro, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was that tension and it led up to my jaw or whatever, but it literally like I didn't even know what to do, because I literally have not experienced this since like before I found out I had TMJ. And it like locked up, and it was so painful, like on the side. I tried massaging it, I tried stretching it, I did all these things, and nothing was working. It took like 2 or 3 days to just like, I just had to wait it out. And anytime like I went to go chew food, it was like, oh my gosh, like I had to chew on this side where it hurt, because if I chewed on this side, it like literally would fall out of the joint. I'm not kidding.
What?
Bro. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't even know about all that.
Yep.
Yeah. Does stress trigger that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'm like stressed out right now, because my
yoga?
body is like telling me to like take a break, but I'm also in that season where I'm like, no, I can't take a break.
But your body will force you, and it'll make you sick if you do not slow down when you have to.
Yes, that happened to me actually.
Yep.
That happened after I got ACL surgery. The first 2 weeks, that was the hardest thing for me, is like, you actually can't do anything on your own. Like, you have to have somebody help you, and that made me go insane. Like, I can't just get up and go to the bathroom whenever I want. I have to have somebody I couldn't move my leg, guys. Like, it was crazy. Like, it's something else. Like, that was tough. Like, but yeah, like that during that time, I was still doing my best to work from home and stuff, and like stay consistent with my habits so that I wasn't just laying in bed, because I was like, to me, that was the worst thing. I have to stay in bed all day, and like I'm a lazy bum, like just getting all this stuff. So I was trying to still do stuff, and then I got sick on top of that, and it was like I don't want to say a bad sickness, but like bad enough like you need to rest, like, and go to sleep, not work. And I just kept trying to do stuff, and like I just was not healing. And then Trinez, one of the coaches with Abundance, I love her so much, she was like, it's just your body, like it's telling you that you need to take a break. Like like you just said, it's gonna make you sick if you don't rest. And I'm like, well, I learned my lesson. So that is actually so true. It's a real thing, guys. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, listen to your body.
Yeah, and your immune system is when you have high stress. I don't remember the science behind it, but I learned this
We
in
need to
school.
get a scientist on here because
I
I feel like we're
know.
always like saying stats and science, but we're like, oh, but we don't know.
I don't know the specifics, but I know the gist. Yeah, well, your immune system, like you lose the ability to fight off infection or invasive like germs, bacteria if you're stressed. Like it suppresses your immunity. So if you're around someone who has a cold and you're stressed out, you're probably going to get that cold. Or if there's, any germs in the grocery store, like, so it will cause you to get sick easier too if you're still stressed out. And it's hard because as like people in this entrepreneurial world, stress is inevitable. It's going to happen and we just need to figure out how to deal with it, but it's constant because you don't know your income. You don't know when you're going to get paid, when you're going to get a client, when you're going to XYZD, whatever. So it's like, okay, we're going to be stressed out. It's going to happen. So what do we do about it? And it is going to come up again too. I have to constantly remind myself, okay, like every month, probably, like I'm about to have a panic attack. I can't let it get this bad. I need to go back to what I was doing earlier this month. I was doing yoga before bed. I was listening to my Audible book instead of upbeat music because sometimes like too much of the high intensity stuff for me will cause more anxiety. And I love upbeat stuff, but if I'm constantly doing it all day long and like go 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 and I don't take a deep breath, I will like keep myself in that fight or flight high anxiety phase. And I do decently well in like the higher anxiety, like I thrive in chaos kind of person. But over time, I burn out fast. And then I'm like this for a couple weeks and then boom, I have a bad day. And I'm like, jeez, like I need to slow the F down and take a deep breath and do some yoga for goodness sakes. Like, come on. But I constantly have to remind myself that.
Yeah, I think there's so many like, tips, tricks, tools, whatever you can use to manage stress. But at the end of the day, if you do all of those, I think it's just going to make you more stressed out because you have stuff to do and you're doing these things and all that stuff. So if anyone's looking for advice on that, I would just say like pick one that like helps you, even if it's like just getting more sleep at night. If that's something that would help you, like just pick one, start with one and implement that slowly. And once you feel like you can add another one in without being overwhelmed, then do that. But don't start with the journaling, the breathing exercises, the meditation, the getting more sleep at night all at once, bro. You'll be even more stressed out, honestly, because then you're like, oh, now I just blacked out 4 hours to make sure I'm not stressed out, but now I have all this stuff that on my to-do list that didn't get done. And
so me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like pick one that that's gonna help you.
Yeah.
And block out when it's work time. And I know this is hard for entrepreneurs. It's probably really hard for you too. Mm-hmm. When it's work time, it's work time. And when it's time to relax and unwind, leave that there. Like if your work's on your phone, I'm not kidding, put your phone in another room. Like, because if you constantly are like, or it's time to be with your partner in your relationship, if you're constantly like bleeding them together, you're not going to know the difference. And that's how you get burnt out. Yep. Is because you're constantly bleeding everything together and you don't have everything as a sacred place for its time.
Yeah, it's so hard.
It is hard, but like if you don't want to get burnt out, like you've got to have some self-control and be like, this is the time, and time block it in your calendar, bro. Like I know for you that's hard again, like because things just pop up, but like it's just like make that the sacred time for that thing to happen. Because again, like if you just are with your partner but you're on your phone like doing something real estate related or whatever your industry is, like then not only are they going to be like, you're not paying full attention with me, or you're not spending quality time with me, but also you're going to see the relationship also as another work thing, and like also see your time to relax as another work thing, and it's just going to be like crazy.
Yeah, that's so hard though. But I am also, this is something my manager recommended, is like try to train your clients. So when you're like working in an industry where you have clients or people that come to you for a service or whatever it is, you can train them to like, okay, hey, I'll get back with you tomorrow morning. It's 9:00. time to put the kids to bed or whatever it is. You don't even have to tell them that. Like, okay, I'll respond in the morning. I'll talk to you at 8 a.m. Or you can now schedule text messages too, which I do a lot. But I'll have clients that are like, oh my gosh, I just got off work and had dinner, but now I have time to talk to you. And it's like, I called you at 10 a.m. and now I'm trying to like take care of my child I see for 3 hours today. Like, and if it's urgent, yes, I take care of it. But sometimes it's like, dude, come on. You had lunch break since then. You got home from work since then. And then you went out to dinner. And then now it's like, I'm sorry. Like, if it's not urgent, I'm not going to take care of it at 10 p.m. And if it's like writing an offer, absolutely. Like, that's awesome because that does happen usually later. But if it's like I have a question or this or that, and if it's something I can't directly answer now quickly and be done, it's like, okay, I will address this in the morning. You're going to be my first priority. Like, I will definitely get to that. I love you. You're a great client. Have a good night. like you have to make sure you're respectful too. But I'm trying to like kind of train my people and like it gets hard because some people, like I have clients that they're so busy that they can only message me in the evening, and it's like, that's fine. I totally get it, but I'm not going to be able to talk to you for 2 hours at night. Like, I can give you short answers and, like, get things done. But once bedtime hits, I finally am now like, nope, I'll talk to you in the morning. And it used to be like, oh, yeah, whatever you need. Because I was eager and I was, like, trying to get more business. And now it's like, dude, the right business will be there. Like, if they're not willing to work around that, they don't respect your time. So I want people, like, I want my clients to be the ones that do respect my time and respect me. Therefore, they listen to my recommendations. We end up working well together, and it's a smoother transaction. So knowing all that now, having a couple years in the business now and like seeing like different scenarios play out, it's like, okay, I can train these people to be like, okay, respectfully, I'm going to talk to you in the morning. Like, that's okay that you have a question at 10 p.m. and it just came to your brain and you had to send it before you forgot it, but I'm going to get to it when I get to it when I'm clocked in to my actual role now. Like, it's very hard, though, because it is like, okay, some of these people, the only time they can communicate is after they are clocked out of their job. So I go back and forth with it, and I break my own rules sometimes because, like, you have to make exceptions here and there, but for the most part, I have clients where I'm like, okay, cool. Can I call you at like 10 or noon tomorrow? Like, is that cool? All right, great. And then I make sure to do that and follow up with them. But I'm setting those boundaries now finally in my business, and I never had them before.
Yeah. And I think too, like, obviously as an entrepreneur you want to perform because you kind of have to, otherwise you can't pay your bills next month. So it's like, if you want to perform at your peak, you're gonna have to take that time to relax and unwind sometimes, or actually just spend quality time with your partner if you have one, because that will actually make you more refreshed and feel more, it'll fill your cup more. And I feel like that will even produce better results. So, yes, I understand. Like, you're like, oh, no, but I need to get this done because it's going to get me the result, like, whatever. Like, no, you'll actually probably get a better result if you just take 2 hours, maybe at most, like, just time to yourself or time with your partner, whatever. Like, so that's, the way to think about it.
I know, it's such a struggle. I struggled with that for the last 3 years.
I mean, I still do, too. I'm not saying I'm perfect, especially lately, like, I feel like every time I, like, lay in bed, I'm like, oh, I still have so much to do. And I feel bad because I know that that's all Sophie hears now is, like, to do. And she's like, bro, I don't want to hear about your to-do list. So I'm like, I'm sorry.
Put it in your notes app. I have so many notes.
I literally, so it's called priorities, and I have it separated by marketing. So everything. And so I have it in my notes app, and then if it's a daily task, I have like the check thing, and I uncheck it at the beginning of every day, so nice. I can recheck it again. If it's like a one-time task, then I have it like numbered by priority, and like I can just mark it off as I go. So I have it organized by marketing stuff, sales stuff, fulfillment stuff, so like stuff I'm giving for my clients. And then health and personal growth, and then weekly goals. So
that's so awesome.
Yeah, that's helped me a lot, actually.
You should share that template.
Yeah, I will. I mean, it's literally something I just like put in my notes app, but that's still a good idea.
I would like it. And some people, like, they're just so scattered and stressed, they don't know they go to do that, like I've been in this space, they go to do that and it's just like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this, and then they start doing those things or like get sidetracked, and like to have an organized, like here's an outline, like that would be nice to share.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, like, I mean, for me, I used to have my to-do list in my reminders app.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just stuff over time I thought of. But then it's like when I would go to that, there was no like priority. So that's when I went to my notes app, and that's when I started listing it by, okay, what's actual priority of what's going to move the needle most in my business right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I've kind of prioritized it as.
Yeah, and it's never ending too. It always grows.
Yeah, and something for you guys that I still like struggle with sometimes, but it's a good reminder, is like I have daily habits. Like I've been reading every day for the last, I think, how many days has it been since the year started? Like it's been like over 100 days. I've been on a streak of that for, that's a lie. Oh my gosh, that's a lie. I've been doing my relationship app thing that I talked about the first time. I've been doing that for over 100 days, not reading. Sorry. There was a time in like February or something I fell off or something. So it's been 75 days or something. I'm on a reading streak. Journaling for like probably the same amount. So I do that stuff every day, and I post every day too. And it's like, as I'm doing that, like I do that stuff every day, and I do it for my personal growth and all that stuff. And it's so easy sometimes to not want to do it because now I'm too far with my streak. I can't break that streak. No. So there's not a time where I even like, I'm like, oh, should I do that? No, I have a 75-day streak. I'm not breaking that. Like I've never had a long streak like that with a habit. I'm keeping that on. But anyways, it's hard sometimes to think like, okay, are these things actually helping me? Are these things actually moving the needle? Like, I'm not going to say that reading a book is moving in the needle for you and your business, because actually a lot of people just read and think, oh, this is going to get me. But that's kind of what I did my first year of personal growth. I was like, me reading is moving the needle. No, it's not. Yes, it is in your personal growth, but not in your business. So that's just something to remember. But what I'm trying to get at is that it's a compounding effect. Like the actions you take every day, you may not see results right away, but I promise you, if you keep staying consistent with it every single day, in 5 years, you're going to be somewhere where you wanted to be, actually. Like, I feel like it'll all finally lead to a result. So that's just like a good reminder for myself. So I'm sure someone else needs to hear that. But yeah, just like, it's not an instant gratification thing. That's not what business is. And this world really makes you fall in love with instant gratification with social media and all that stuff. Like, I even noticed that, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm gonna be completely transparent. When I posted my story, oh my gosh, like, I was constantly checking, like, oh, did it get like more views, or like, really? I was getting such good feedback, and it was like, it was hitting some dopamine receptors, because like I got such good feedback. I'm like, that felt good. Let me go see if I got more. And I was constantly checking, and it was
man.
Bro,
don't fall in that trap.
Yeah, don't fall in that trap, bro.
Post and forget it.
So I think there's like, yeah, I want to do a dopamine detox sometime this year.
So what all would you take out?
So it would be like, so not complete dopamine detox of like no dopamine, but like replacing bad dopamine with good dopamine. So like no scrolling at all on social media. Like, because like I still, like I've talked about in past episodes, I don't scroll nearly as much as I used to. Like rarely do I scroll, because just I've replaced it with better habits. I don't even have time to scroll.
Yeah, I don't.
But like there are still some times where like I get stuck in that. Like I'm not perfect, but like completely not scrolling at all. Like I think doing that, and then so that's like the main one. I don't play any video games or anything, so but that's usually what you cut out. Cut out fast food, which again I don't really eat fast food. So there's not that much, but I feel like scrolling on social media would be like the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. I also, like, ever since we talked about it like 2 months ago, I like pay attention now, and I don't. I'm like, oh, nope, not doing that. But I'll get on there. I'll check my group that I run on Facebook. I'll check my notifications. And sometimes a notification will bring me to, oh, someone commented on this, and then I'll go to that, and then I'll respond, and then I'll see that, and then I'll go home, and then I see one thing, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, this can't go on too long. Like, calm down.
Yeah.
But I make it a task. Like, I'm responding, I'm commenting, and if I see like my top people on my story thing at the Instagram, I will watch a few stories and then maybe like heart their stuff, support them, like yours. I saw that. That's how I saw it, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I went to your page and watched it. Your whole
Did you watch
story.
the whole thing?
Yes, I did.
Did you watch it on Instagram or YouTube?
Instagram.
So you didn't watch the whole thing?
What?
It's not all on there.
Because the time limit?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
So you gotta go. You gotta go on YouTube, watch the whole thing.
I watched it, and Theo's like, who's that? I'm like, that's Delaney.
Where did it cut off at? Was it not like obvious that it was like, because I didn't even watch it on Instagram.
It did cut kind of weird, and I was like, well, maybe that's how she wanted it to leave the suspense. I thought it was intentional. I was like, well, I assumed there would be a part 2. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude. I put in the comments to watch the full video, watch on YouTube, but Instagram doesn't let you pin your comment anymore. It only lets you pin other people's comments. I'm like, why won't you let me pin my own comment?
Like, you gotta put it in the actual like
caption.
Blurb. Yeah,
I know. I didn't. I would have done that if I didn't know you couldn't pin your comments anymore, because you used to be able to pin your own comments, and since the update you can't, because I searched it up and they're like, because we want to make it more community focused. I'm like, okay, but my community needs to see that I said it to watch the full video, watch on YouTube. Like, but
you're so stingy.
Yeah, so you have to go watch
I'll
the
have
whole
to watch
video,
the
because
full one,
that's like everybody. Yeah, since that came out, like, I got a lot of good feedback. I'm so grateful, dude. Like, to see how many people, like, oh my gosh, makes me emotional. It's crazy, bro. Just how many people, like, showing support and just realizing how, I don't even know, just, like, nobody talks about it. And I know so many high schoolers, like, maybe not deal with the same exact thing that I went through, but, like, similar parts, or maybe not even my whole story, but certain parts of my story. So it's like, I didn't hear anything back from high schoolers except for my past client. So I wasn't expecting that. They're high schoolers, but my biggest hope is that they all watched it in silent at least. Yeah,
and they're the type of generation, if they're emotional, they might not respond or like comment, but they're like you said, silently watching.
Yeah, and again, I wasn't expecting that because they're high schoolers and I don't really have a personal relationship with any of them. It was nice that my past client did though, but yeah, I just was hoping that like they at least watched it in silent, because I just know that it could help them so much, or just even show them that they're not alone, like, honestly. And so that was just like the biggest thing for me. Why did we even start talking about this?
I don't know, but it's awesome that you did that, because now when you do get a new client, they can go and like reference your whole story. Like they literally like, oh, who's this coach? Let me check her out, and it's there. Yeah. Like it's there for their reference to see all about you. That's really cool.
It's really exciting. It got 2 dislikes actually on YouTube, and I was like, I feel like I know who it is. It's probably people I went to school with. Like, there's no way it could not have been anybody else. It had to be people I went to high school with.
Well, I also think that there are random people who go on there and do that just to start things. Like there's trolls or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
I'm so old. I'm like, what are trolls?
I feel like since it was on YouTube though, it was more intentional, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fine.
I mean, I don't care. It's just funny.
If you're not getting haters, you're not causing waves.
No, I know, for real. Like, any publicity is good publicity. Yep. But
absolutely. Let them. I've been listening to
for real.
The Audible book, Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I am in chapter 5, and I listen to it in the car, on the phone when I'm getting ready. Like, I've been, like, binge listening to it, and I never, like, get that into Audible books.
Yeah. I can't do Audible books.
Well, I bought the book too. If you want to borrow it.
Just because, like, I can listen to them. That's not the issue. For me, it's just, like, I like having it so that at any time I can go reference back. Because I do that all the time with my books, because I highlight them and I write in them. And, like, even, like, for my session tomorrow with my client, there was a book that, like, there was a concept. I was like, wait, let me go see what that was. And I went to the highlights, and, like, I just like to see it with, like, and with Audible books, you can't do that. So
no, you can, like, highlight, but it's weird. It's
digital.
But
like if you're listening to it in the car or whatever, which man,
It's the only way I'll get through it though right now.
Yeah, for real. Which again, that's like a good awareness. Like I legit, cuz sometimes you really don't have time. Like, and I know there's going to be people that are like, "Oh, well you're just not prioritizing." It's like, "Dude, no, I'm literally a single mom and I literally have stuff all the time." So it's like at least it's not like you're not doing anything. Like you're just finding what works for you, and that's admirable.
Still working on me even though I'm constantly busy, but it's good. Like things are, I actually am officially a mentor now too.
Ooh.
I picked up, I think I told you I was gonna mentor that new agent.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
No.
Yeah, as of today we signed like an agreement, so I'm like his go-to person for all things real estate questions.
Let's go.
He has his first listing appointment tomorrow, and we I briefed him today and like went over things, made sure he was ready, and we're going to meet like for like 10 minutes before his appointment tomorrow too. And I'm going to like make sure he's ready because he's nervous. And I was in that spot like 2 years ago, and I had a team leader, and that's why I joined a team, was to have guidance, and it was so helpful. So now I'm like, you know what? Like I'm ready to help someone. And it just happened to where he naturally like was asking me these questions and I was helping him, and I didn't realize that, oh, hey, I should be his mentor and like do the whole, it's a 6-month thing. And so it's awesome. So anyways, my manager pointed it out. He's like, why don't you ask to be his mentor? I was like, I didn't even think of that. He's like, yeah, it'd be perfect. It would help him out. It's good like practice for you for starting a team someday. And it's like a good stepping stone to having someone.
Isn't it so fulfilling?
Dude, and like to think like, okay, 2 years ago, I would have never imagined I'm in the multi-million-dollar club now for the year.
Yeah.
Multi-million in sales already for the year. And I got that award today. They have like these custom glasses they give us, and they like recognize me for my sales last month and everything. And I was like, oh my, at our all offices sales meeting. And then I also picked up a mentee, and I was like, dude, this is what I dreamed of in like 5 years. I didn't think. It's amazing, but
fast tracking it.
Yeah, but I worked so hard for it. It's so awesome.
And that goes back to the compounding effect, because how many nights were you putting in so many hours and you're like, you didn't see the results right away, but
still.
Yeah, but it's like all kind of showing up like, slowly.
I'm sleeping more now, I will say.
Yeah.
I am.
And I feel like just even in a couple more years, it's going to be crazy. Like, it's exciting. But yeah, like it literally, I don't know about you, but it lights me up to help people out. Like,
oh my gosh,
that's the thing with my story is like, it wasn't, because like Tristen today on our call, it was so cute. She was like, oh yeah, like I can share it with so many people so that the parents can see it and they can reach out for you to coaching. I'm like, yeah, that's great. I really want to coach. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But I did not share my story for people to pay me for coaching. Like, yes, it will help. I'm sure it will. But like, I really just have like a passion. I just want, again, like to help. Yes, I just want those high schoolers to watch that video, and just for them to know that they're not alone. Like, just that video alone, I feel like could help so many people. And yeah, like I think the value will come. I think the clients will come when they're meant to come. But like, that's not even my intentions behind that video. Like, I genuinely just like wanted, that's why I reposted it again yesterday on my story. I don't know if you saw that, but I was like, guys, if you have not watched this, like it will probably speak to you in ways that you don't even know. Like, I can't even explain it, bro. It just lights me up. Like, I just want you guys to know that like there's hope. And I don't even have like a crazy story. Like, there's so many people that have crazier stories than mine, and
I just compare though.
No, I know. It's just like, we all have a story, but so many people just hold it inside. It's like, how many people are you ripping off because you're not sharing your story? Because I didn't even have like, I didn't even have like mental like health issues in high school. Like, yes, I compared myself to my best friend, all that stuff, but like, I wouldn't say had depression or had like suicidal thoughts. I didn't have anything crazy like that. So for people who do have a story like that, like who don't tell their story, like you're ripping so many people off, man. Like, that's why I just want people to watch that.
Yeah, that's amazing. And if you are like have that traumatic of a story too, don't be afraid to share it and feel like embarrassed, because you survived that shit. Like, that's crazy, and that's awesome, and that takes so much strength, and to survive something like that is amazing. So maybe you could help someone who is in that spot, Or if your story isn't as traumatic like you, it's like, okay, well, you can help prevent someone from getting into that super traumatic spot.
Dude, I didn't even think about that. Thanks. That's awesome. And like I get it can feel like, oh, like that's embarrassing to show that past self. I dealt with that because there was actually the first time I ever showed or posted on my social media that I used to party and stuff, like pictures of me during that time was last year. I made like a edit that kind of was like, I went from this to this, whatever.
I remember,
and that was really, I even put in the caption, like, I literally, like, debated posting that, because I was like, I don't want people to see this past version of me, because it's not me. Like, I don't want people to see that past version and just, like, sum it up as me as a whole person, because that was such a little part of my life. But what I've realized, like, sharing my full story and stuff, like, it was even weird for me, like, my old coaches watching it and saying in the video that I partied during sophomore year softball season. But it's like, it's scary, but at the same time you have to realize that stuff's all in the past and there's literally nothing you can do about it. So the fact that you can even just show your growth and that you're so different, like, people honestly, like, I feel like, because I mean all my coaches gave me good feedback. I don't think any of them were like, oh, you're such a terrible person because you're like, no, they see the growth, they see who you are now and the intent behind it of helping other athletes so that they don't have to go through, I mean, sorry, not you guys helping athletes, I meant me in my specific story, but like, yeah, it is scary. And then you realize that that's not what people are looking at. Like, maybe there's 1 in 100 that are like, oh, you're bad, whatever, but like, I think most people are gonna see for what it is, and you're just trying to help people, honestly, and they do see how much you've grown as a person.
Literally, the part of the Audible today that I listened to when I was getting ready between work and coming here was the part of let them think what they'll think, because if you're worried about what someone's going to think of you and they're going to judge you and they're going to think negative thoughts about you, they already will, no matter what you do. So if you think about it this way, the way she puts it in the Audible or in the book, it's like even the ones that you love the most have negative thoughts of you. It is what it is. So like your partner, say you wake up or whatever and like you see that they left their clothes on the floor, they didn't put their toothbrush away. You had negative thoughts about them, but you still love them. You're like, what the crap? True. That's so true. So it doesn't matter. They're going to have negative thoughts about you. So don't worry about what those thoughts are going to be, because they're even like, especially strangers, they're definitely going to have negative thoughts about you, because people judge people. It's you instantly like, oh, that person, like her story. It's like, oh, she partied in high school. That's crazy. I never did that. Blah, blah, blah. Like you instantly think those things, but then they may have the positive thoughts too. And you can't control that. Like you can't say, here's the good side of me. Only think good of me, because that's not real. They're still going to find something negative.
Yeah. And like one of my favorite things just to tell people is like, you are going to get judged either way, so you might as well be yourself and do something you love and get judged for it, than rather getting judged no matter what and doing something you hate just because you're scared of getting judged, even though people are still judging you. So it's like, you're gonna get judged no matter what, so just do what you want to do.
People pleasing is not real. People are never pleased.
I've never heard that.
I just made it up.
Oh, nuh-uh, dude.
It's probably a thing, but I just like word vomited that.
You made that up? Can someone trademark that?
I don't know. Did I?
Dude, Drew Boggs, we need you to quote that and post it on your Instagram story.
Please, that was so cool.
Dude, that was literally, you need to trademark
I already forgot what I said.
That's gonna be, I don't even, we need to go back.
Oh,
dude, that was like a real quote. Like, that has not anybody.
I don't know. I'm not that great. Come on.
Yes, you are. That's self-sabotage.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I know.
Okay.
I'm freaking awesome. All right, going on.
Something I want to talk about too was balance and like.
Oh my gosh. We didn't even get to that, and we're at an hour.
Oh my gosh, what a gift.
Balance.
Okay.
Does it exist? Does it not exist? What are your thoughts?
I think it definitely exists, but I don't think it's the stereotypical 50-50 that everybody thinks it is. When I think of balance, I think of intentional alignment. So again, alignment's my word of the year, and I've noticed that we cannot, it's physically impossible and mentally impossible to be able to put all our energy into all areas of life. Like, that's impossible. You're going to be spread absolutely to the bare bone. Like, you've got to pick areas of your life where you're going to put your energy. And, like, prioritize certain areas. And I think when it comes to balance, like, you might be, like, for me, I'm in a season of life where I'm, like, building the foundation for my business. So I am doing a lot of work on the outside. Like outside of work hours and stuff, and putting a lot of work in. So right now, 80% of my life probably is going to be business. And does that, like, from an outside perspective, if you go by the stereotypical 50-50 balance, then that's not balance. But I still feel like I'm balanced because the 20% that I do have that's not going into my business, I make sure that it's intentional, and I make sure that it's aligned with what I set at the beginning of the year. I make sure it's aligned with my values. So when I'm spending time with my girlfriend, I make sure that it's quality time, like I said, not bringing in my phone into it, and making sure that it's those intentional moments. I think that's balance to me. It's not 50-50. It depends on what season of life you're in. As long as you're being intentional and it aligns with what you set out to do and your values.
Oh,
does that make sense?
You literally just changed my entire thought of what I was going to say because that's way better. Like,
oh my gosh.
No, that opened up a lot of different thoughts for me too, because my balance, I was going to say, I don't think balance truly exists to the state that people explain it. Like, they explain 50-50 work-life balance. You go to work and then you shut it off and you do the family thing. Like, I think people put out an image of something that does not exist, and it's like a shooting for perfectionism that does not happen.
Dakota was just talking about this on that last podcast.
Really?
Yeah, he was saying that, like, because he was saying he works a lot on the business still. And he was like, I've been around some of the highest people in the game, and I can tell you that a lot of them are not being completely transparent on social media, because they're like, yeah, once you get the business, you're not working on it anymore. You have freedom. No, if you're a founder of a company, you're actually always going to be involved with it.
I think it's like even more involved.
Yes. And so it's like, he was like, that's not a real thing, and I'm going to be the only one that is, like, completely transparent
Admit
about
it,
that.
people.
Yeah.
Come on. Tell us the truth so we know what to expect when we get there. But, like, I'm seeing it already because my business is taking off and I'm more busy and it's more demanding. And as I would grow a team or have someone underneath me or a mentee, it's more demanding. It's just I actually talked to an agent about this the other day. You get better at juggling, and you get better at doing things quicker and more efficient.
Yes.
So you're doing more, you're producing more, you're making more money, the business is growing, you're actually putting in technically more percentage of your time and efforts, but it's being delegated or it's being spread out differently. So you're getting better at what you do, essentially. Like, you're getting better at it. And so, like, going from a realtor, like, 1 year doing 1 million to 3 million in the first quarter for me is, holy crap, I feel like I'm working way more. But really, do I? Because last year I was spread so thin doing a day job and that, and, like, I'm getting quicker and better and faster, and I'm vetting my clients better, and I'm not showing them houses that waste our time. I'm like, no, like, we're going to meet in the office. I have a different system. So you learn quicker, smoother, efficient ways to do it. And it's crazy. It sucks that it takes that long to figure it out and, like, to grow a business. It's just what it is.
And how did you learn those new systems and more efficient processes?
Experience, for one. Like, you have to do the reps. You have to deal with the difficult clients. You have to figure out, okay, this person is running me ragged. We looked at 20 houses. Why? I'm not vetting them. So it's experience and learning from your mistakes and learning from just learning. And then having a support system, a company that shows you better. You knew I was going to say this. Like, literally give you tips, tricks, training, and, like, hey, this is my business. What am I doing wrong? And they're like, your systems. You need smoother systems. You need to vet this better. You need to have a consultation. Like, why haven't you been doing that? And it's like, well, I don't have time. I've been rushing straight to show them houses. No. You sit them down, and now there's the buyer's agency too, which helps. But you have to talk about, you're working with only me. We're doing this, we're finding you a house. And then you go look at 2, maybe 3. And then if they are there at the house, you ask the right questions. You say, okay, what do you not like about this house? What would make it a 10? And then so now you're taking mental notes and you're learning, okay, I showed them something that wasn't quite what they wanted. How do I fix it? And then we'll re-collab in a couple days and we'll go look at that more perfect home for them. And then boom, you nail it. So like you get quicker and better and more efficient because of systems and experience.
So basically, to sum all that up, though, you had to fail and trial and error.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's been yeah, and I honestly, at first when my manager asked me to be a mentor, I was like, am I qualified? Like my first thought,
man.
literally I was like,
oh man.
I didn't say it to him out loud because it was just a thought that popped up, and I'm like, no, I know I would be amazing at this, but why did I have a little bit of doubt creep up right away? And it's like,
Yes.
I don't think I've made it, but I have, and I'm doing well. But even so, had I not made that much sales yet, I think I still would qualify because I've done the experience. Like I've dealt with the difficult situations. I've had a plethora of different things happen, of deals falling through, of inspections going bad, of negotiations and losing deals. Like I've failed so many times that it makes me qualified to help.
Yes. And the way, I mean, I still deal with that limiting belief, honestly, that, I'm not qualified enough or all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the way you have to think about it is, okay, for that guy in particular, am I 2 to 3 steps ahead of him at least?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, boom, you're already qualified. And think about it. If someone that has already had way more experience than you have and is like way higher up in real estate, imagine them trying to explain something to someone that's just starting out. It might not even make sense. It might not even resonate.
Yep.
So, for you to just be 2 to 3 steps ahead of this person, that's like the best help that they could possibly receive. Like, I don't want to say like possibly, but like, you're qualified.
It's a good scenario.
You're qualified.
Yeah.
Like, you can help them 100%.
Oh, yeah. And he was asking me questions just as soon as I met him. He's like, I love how you did your open house. Your video is awesome. How'd you do that? And I'm like, well, I actually have like kind of a system now, and I do this, this, this. He's like, why don't you have a team? Like, what are you doing? Like, share that with other people. I'm like, no one's really asked, like you're the first person to actually ask me. I've had people like, oh, that's so great, and then I started sharing that with girls at the Boss Babes and like, hey, I did this and it worked really well in my open house. And they're like, oh my gosh, thank you. So like those little things, like I'm really good at doing open houses and sharing that with others, and then asking for advice. Like, how can I get better at getting more listings, and how can I get better at doing this, this, this? So being vulnerable enough too, I think, to learn will qualify you to help others.
Absolutely.
Like that's backtracking big time, but
yeah. And I think like going into that kind of like, you're going to make mistakes, and when those mistakes happen, own up to them. Like, don't try to act like you're like top shit, like have this ego, like, oh no, like I don't even know what you're talking about, like whatever. Like, just own up, because that's how you'll learn, is from those mistakes. So like, don't be fearful of those mistakes and like try to like back away from them, or like try to lie about it and act like, oh, I don't know how that happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh
just
yeah,
like own up to those and take responsibility. I feel like that comes up in every podcast, but it really is so important to not be a victim and
own
just
your
take
shit,
responsibility.
But yeah, to answer your question, I don't know. Balance does exist, but it doesn't exist how we think it should. And I think right now I feel a little off balance, not going to lie. Like this week has been a little weird, but it's also like, it's just growing pains. So, and I know that, and like seeking balance always is my zodiac sign. I'm literally the scale, the Libra. And it's always something I'm striving for, but I know it's not realistic to think that I'll have 100%, like 50-50 and it'll equal 100. It's more like you said, like it's how can I find time to put, so my balance for me is like when Theo's at his dad's, I work more. So my percentage of work goes up and my percentage of fun goes down. But then when I get him back, I try to work less so then I can be with him more, and my family time, hanging out with him and Ryan time is like gone up, and then I'm working a little bit less those days. So I have like a yin and yang kind of balance thing I've been figuring out, and it seems to be working, and I'm trying to like ride that wave and like make sure it stays balanced, but it never does 100%. So I don't think true balance exists when you're running a business and a family and all the things. Like as an entrepreneur, it's just a constant yin and yang, and just being flexible to deal with, okay, this week felt very overloaded. Next week I need to take a half day and focus on my fitness or my health, or really just take an hour of quiet time and just meditate or whatever, do some yoga, like just being open with yourself about, hey, realistically, I didn't feel very balanced last week. What can I do to change that this week? And constantly being flexible. I mean, that's entrepreneurship. Like, that's being a business owner. You gotta just lean into it and go with it.
Yep, absolutely. Is there anything specific this week where you've set that up for yourself, where you're like planning ahead, like, okay, this is how I'm gonna implement some fun time, or like something of that sorts?
Yep, we're planning a girls' night. We have that, like, we put it on the calendar. It's set in stone. I'm going to go see my sister finally soon. I haven't seen her in a while, and she lives by the beach. And then I also, my friend and I did walking Wednesdays. We're going to do that. So we're going to walk together every other Wednesday for our lunchtime or whatever. And then I'm signing up for Pilates. So I'm going to do that, and that will force me once a week to go to the Pilates studio, work on my core, work on my balance, literally, and work on that foundation. And then I think that will kind of like really push me to focus on getting like a routine down with my fitness again, because it's been, again, I fall off, like I go yin and yang, like I go hard for a couple months, then I take a week or two where I'm like, I don't have time to go to the gym, but it's like I need to, I have to, or I go crazy. So I think adding that class in once a week, and I'm going to supplement it as well with a couple of days of lifting. So it's a good combination to have some strength training mixed with resistance and body weight training. It's very therapeutic for the body, which, trust me, it's great. I don't know, the terms and stuff, but it's literally a match made in heaven for a woman's body. So I'm going to be doing that, and like investing in it and like paying for a membership to do it will make me stay accountable. So having it planned on the schedule is like huge for me. And then having like my accountability girls in my group now doing stuff with me too is awesome. And one of them wants to join me at the Pilates studio, so that's cool.
Nice. That's awesome.
What about you?
So my birthday is next Tuesday. So I told Sophie, I was like, I want to hang out with people for my birthday, but like I was telling you, I was like, I don't have like a group of friends. Like if I have friends, they're all like, and they're all like singular friends. It's not like a friend group. So I don't know what she has planned for me Saturday, but I said, whatever you want. I was like, I don't really care. I just don't want to think about work for a little bit, because I feel like that's all I think about lately. So I don't know what she has planned, but all I know is that I'm not going to think about work Saturday.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. I'm guessing it's something with her friends or something. I don't know. Like, which are my friends too, but yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, hopefully that'll be fun.
Heck yeah. You got to spend time on you too. Like, celebrate you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's so cool.
I literally like kind of forgot it was, I think we talked about that last week. I was like, oh, it's April. Like my birthday is literally in like 2 weeks. So crazy.
My mom and dad too, and Ryan's dad, they're all like within a couple days of each other.
Yeah. I need you to give me some like words of encouragement too, because like me turning 20 freaks me out, because I'm like, I thought I'd be so much further than I was when I was 20.
Okay,
bro.
listen.
I'm being so hard on myself, bro. I'm like, dude, when I graduated high school, I thought I was gonna be so much further when I was 20 and stuff. Yeah, I had big aspirations. But I feel like I literally, to be completely transparent, I feel like I didn't take like real action like on my own business until this year. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, you're just getting started. Do not beat yourself up.
Yeah.
At least you're not 33.
Oh my gosh.
And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm totally cool with it. Like,
yeah, it's just everybody's journey is different.
Yeah, exactly. So don't beat yourself up about
Oh
that.
man.
You're 20 and you have your head on straight. That is a huge win in this world.
True that. All right, thank you. I will focus on that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. You know where you're headed to, so don't even give me that.
Yeah. It's just like when I look back at like when I graduated, all the things I wrote, like and seeing like 20, a whole new decade, I'm like,
that's awesome though.
Yeah.
It's exciting because you're like at a new level too, though. If you think about it that way, like, okay, I am now a 20-year-old and I will now be more respected, and people won't comment as much on my age because I'm not in my teens anymore.
True that.
Think of that, dude. Yeah. 2-0.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, you knew it. You knew I'd give you some encouragement.
Absolutely. All right, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we definitely better.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we're less stressed, and hopefully we take our own advice. But
For sure.
as always, guys, make sure that you stay grounded
And keep growing.